Good morning. It's Kim Reads Urantia. Sorry, my coffee just exploded. It's nice to be here with you, and I'm gonna just take a sip. Okay, so to be careful. All right, we're gonna read from the Urantia book, but first we got Light the Flame. You got it. All right, so this is November 4th, and we've got the Prophet Muhammad. And of course, Prophet Muhammad, founder of Islam. And hello to all my Muslim friends. I have many. I'm very fortunate. And Muhammad lived from 570 to 632. Okay, so let's see what he says. We have awakened, and all of creation has awakened for God, sustainer of all the worlds. God, I ask you for the best that day has to offer. Opening, support, light, blessings, guidance, and I seek refuge in you from any harm in it and any harm that might come after it. Okay, that's really beautiful. So we're awakened this day. This morning we wake up, and it's a beautiful day full of opportunity. And I'm asking you, God, for the very best of this day. Support, light, blessings, guidance. And if there's anything negative about this day, I seek refuge in you from that. Okay, and remember, we're seeking refuge in God, but that doesn't mean that we're hiding from the consequences which our actions bring. We use this armor of God, this refuge, for our peace of mind, so that we won't have anxiety in dealing with whatever we have to face. We have to go out there and face life. We face the difficulties along with, the blessings that come to us. We're very grateful for them, all the good things, all the opportunities. But we take our lessons, right? And when we ask that God be our refuge, that doesn't mean that we're not facing our trials. It means that we face our trials with grace. We are enshrouded in the grace of God as we face these difficulties, and own up to our shortcomings and try to improve ourselves. So that's a point that I want to clarify. So if there's any harm in this day, I will seek peace within the mind of God and strength that I can face whatever I need to face. If I need to take a break in the refuge of God's arms and protection just to feel safe for a while, that's okay. It's fine. But it seems like our problems are there waiting at the door for us when we're ready to tackle them. We do it all. We balance it all out, and God is there with us every step. Okay? All right. All right, let's read. Yeah. Okay, let's read from the Urantia book. Okay, so we're on paper 24, the higher personalities of the infinite spirit, and we are talking about the graduate guides. And this is kind of interesting because these are ascended mortals who have come and so they're like our seniors, in the graduating class that was our alumni or whatever. But, they're there to guide us too, because they've been through all of this that we're going through. So let's read about it, okay? Okay, the graduate guides as a group sponsor and conduct the High University of Technical Instruction and Spiritual Training, which is so essential to mortal attainment of the goal of the ages. God, rest, and then eternity of perfected service. Okay, this is the attainment of the ages, God, rest, and then eternity of perfected service. These highly personal beings take their name from the nature and purpose of their work. They are exclusively devoted to the tasks of guiding the mortal graduates from the super universes of time through the Havona course of instruction and training, which serves to prepare the ascending pilgrims for admission to paradise and the core of the finality. I am not forbidden to undertake to tell you of the work of these graduate guides. I'm not forbidden to do that, but I don't know how much I want to tell you, kind of. But it is so ultra spiritual that I despair of being able to adequately portray to the material mind a concept of their manifold activities. Okay, I'm not forbidden to tell you this, but it's so ultra spiritual and cool that I can't approach, I can't tell you, you can't understand how awesome these guys are. Okay, that's cool. On the mansion worlds, after your vision range is extended and you are freed from the fetters of material comparisons. Ooh, I want to be freed from material comparisons. You can begin to comprehend the meaning of those realities which eye cannot see nor ear hear, and which have never entered the concept of human minds, even those things which God has prepared for those who love such eternal verities. You are not always to be so limited in the range of your vision and spiritual comprehension. Right. So we'll be able to see more, understand more when we're in the mansion worlds. The graduate guides are engaged in piloting the pilgrims of time through the 7 circuits of Havona worlds. The guide who greets you upon your arrival on the receiving world of the outer Havona circuit will remain with you throughout your entire career on the heavenly circuits. Oh, that's nice. Kind of like an advisor, like a college advisor or something. Though you will associate with countless other personalities during your sojourn on a billion worlds, your graduate guide will follow you to the end of your Havona progression and will witness your entrance into the terminal slumber of time. The sleep of eternity transit to the paradise goal, where, upon awakening, you will be greeted by the paradise companion assigned to welcome you and perhaps to remain with you until you are initiated as a member of the mortal core of the finality. Wow. Wow. So, oh my goodness. So you go to heaven and you're greeted by your graduate guide. And then you have school for like a long time. And then when you're all trained, when you're ready, you get to go to paradise. But first you have to go to sleep. You have to rest a long time. The sleep of eternity transit. Eternity transit. Okay, that's a long sleep. Well, it's beyond, because paradise is beyond the reality of time and space. Okay. There's a lot of trust in there. Okay, I'm going to keep going. The number of graduate guides is beyond the power of human minds to grasp, and they continue to appear. Their origin is something of a mystery. They have not existed from eternity. They mysteriously appear as they are needed. There is no record of a graduate guide in all the realms of the central universe until that far distant day when the first mortal pilgrim of all time made his way to the outer belt of the central creation. The instant he arrived on the pilot world of the outer circuit, he was met with friendly greetings by Malvorian, the first of the graduate guides, and now the chief of their supreme council and the director of their vast educational organization. So the first pilgrim was met by a guy named Malvorian, who couldn't have been a graduate guide himself. Because he wasn't an ascending mortal, because that was the first ascended mortal, the very first pilgrim that came. Okay, so where did he come from? They don't know where he came from. That's what they say. On the Paradise Records of Havona, in the section denominated Graduate Guides, there appears this initial entry. And Malvorian, the first of this order, did greet and instruct the pilgrim discoverer of Havona, and did conduct him from the outer circuits of initial experience, step by step and circuit by circuit, until he stood in the very presence of the source and destiny of all personality, subsequently crossing the threshold of eternity to paradise. Yep. At that far distant time, I was attached to the service of the Ancients of Days on Uversa. Oh, so this writer, who wrote this? Who wrote this one? Who wrote paper 24? I'm going to find it. Divine Counselor. Divine Counselor. I thought it was a Divine Counselor. So this Divine Counselor was in existence when the very first. Can you imagine what a consciousness, what a thing to be in existence at the time that the very first mortal came to heaven. But he's talking to us right now. Okay. At that far distant time, I was attached to the service of the Ancients of Days on Uversa, and we all rejoiced in the assurance that eventually pilgrims from our super universe would reach Havona. For ages, we had been taught that the evolutionary creatures of space would attain paradise, and the thrill of all time swept through the heavenly courts when the first pilgrim actually arrived. What a celebrity! That's so awesome. So here's all these heavenly creatures, because they've been told, yeah, okay, so we're making this path for mortals to come, but it's not going to be easy for them. And the ones who go out there and like are out there, it's like, that's nuts out there, they're never going to make it out here. This is so far, it's, you won't believe. Yeah, so they're going like, oh my gosh. So a test of faith for them to believe in that heavenly plan, and how they're so thrilled when that actually happened, and that's fulfilled. Okay, the name of this pilgrim discoverer of Havona is Grandfanda. Okay, well, it's good to give him a name, but I don't know what names are to these guys really on this level, but Grandfanda, like grandfather, Grandfanda. And he hailed from planet 341 of System 84 in Constellation 62 of Local Universe 1131, situated in Universe number 1, Grandfanda. His arrival was the signal for the establishment of the broadcast service of the universe of universes. Now we're going to have a broadcast because we need to know how many more of those are out there trying to get over here. But he was the first one. Theretofore, only the broadcasts of the super universes and the local universes had been in operation. But the announcement of the arrival of Grandfanda at the portals of Havona signalized the inauguration of the Space Reports of Glory, so named because the initial universe broadcast reported the Havona arrival of the first of the evolutionary beings to attain entrance upon the goal of ascendant existence. Wow, I wanna shake hands with Grandfanda one day. Hey Pops, you were the first one. You are the Columbus of all of the mortal beings of the grand universe, right? What? No Columbus? Okay, I'm instructed not to refer to Columbus here by my Native American son. Okay, but Columbus was a jerk. I'm sure Grandfanda was not a jerk, but he was a great discoverer. Yeah. 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 Columbus was a jerk. Forget Columbus. Okay. All right. All right. Let's wrap it up here. Graduate guides never leave the Havona worlds. They are dedicated to the service of the graduate pilgrims of time and space. And you will sometime meet these noble beings face to face. If you do not reject the certain and all perfected plan designed to affect your survival and ascension. Yep. We don't want to reject that plan. Okay? All right. You're going to meet your graduate guides, your guide in heaven. And Grandfanda will be there doing his thing, whatever that is. So that's amazing. Okay. All right. Love you guys. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.